Now at 9, coronavirus catastrophe. Stocks take a massive tumble amid concerns surrounding COVID-19, even stopping trading for part of the day.
I feel like we should be taking it very seriously.
The virus forcing schools to cancel and putting the campus community on edge. With university officials on high alert, we've got the latest on what you need to know.
Plus weather, sports, and more right here on NewsLink Indiana.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us on a very busy Monday night. I'm Emily Harless.
And I'm Jessica Norton. Cases of the coronavirus releasing, and tonight fears are growing. The latest now nationwide, there has been nearly 400 confirmed cases and 30 deaths.
NewsLink Indiana's Angelica Gonzalez is live with us tonight in the studio with more information about the virus. Angelica, you actually spoke with Ball State students about this topic. What are they saying?
Well, some of them are really scared tonight, following an email from the university detailing a plan of actions if the virus makes it to its way to BSU. Ball State has been monitoring the coronavirus, and in their main focus is keeping the campus community safe. And tonight, students are reacting and are prepared to take massive steps to keep themselves safe.
The coronavirus is spreading rapidly, and Ball State is taking steps to prepare for a potential outbreak. Students on campus explain what they know and ways to keep themselves safe.
I feel like we should be taking it very seriously, a lot more seriously than we're taking it right now.
Where some students believe this case should be watched close, as others believe this case shouldn't be as large as it is now.
I just know that we're probably making a bigger deal than we should be.
Ball State sent out an email about this issue to explain to students what actions they are able to take and how the university is monitoring the outbreak.
Ball State recommends for students to monitor their health and practice social distancing. When one is feeling the symptoms that are things that are recommended when one is sick is to seek medical care. Call ahead before heading to the doctor's office or to the ER, then explain to your doctor about your recent travels and symptoms. Lastly, avoid contact with others.
Angelica, thank you.
We are going to be looking further into stories about COVID-19 cases here in Indiana.
Meanwhile, cases of COVID-19 continue to rise, even here in Indiana. Right now, there are a total of 4 cases across the state. The latest announced today in Noble County. This patient at Parkview Noble Hospital in Kendallville, Indiana, which is just north of Fort Wayne. The 4th case was announced Friday in Marion County during a press conference with Governor Eric Holcomb and the state health officials. 2 more cases were confirmed yesterday in Hendricks County.
And one of those cases prompting a major closure of our Central Indiana School District. Avon Community School Corporation officials announced today the district will be closed for the next 2 weeks. Students will complete classwork via e-learning. This comes after yesterday's announcement that a student at Hickory Elementary School contracted COVID-19. The superintendent said today in a press conference this decision comes after another student started showing symptoms of the virus. School will resume following spring break on April 6th.
The latest COVID-19 cases prompting multiple Chick-fil-A locations in central Indiana to close playgrounds located inside the restaurants. What you're seeing here is a Facebook post from the Avon location. And the post officials at this restaurant said in part, "There is no higher priority than the safety of our customers and team members." The restaurant also says in its contact with health officials about the latest news regarding the virus. Taking a look nationally now with the New York Stock Exchange. The biggest losses since December 2018 hit Wall Street today amid the coronavirus and an oil price war between Saudi Arabia and Russia. The Dow lost more than 2,000 points, its biggest drop in history. The S&P 500 dropped so steep, trading suspended for 15 minutes Monday morning. All 3 U.S. indices are close to the edge of bear market, which will be reached if they drop 20% below the most recent highs.
Out west, now the Grand Princess cruise ship is docked in Oakland. At least 21 of its crew members and passengers are infected with the coronavirus.
Nick Watt is in California with the latest as more states are declaring states of emergency.
Barred from port for 5 days, at least 21 coronavirus cases on board, the Grand Princess finally pulls in.
First of all, there are some children there who are compromised. They want to get them off.
Every passenger will be screened, then treated or quarantined at military bases in California and beyond.
We may have to stay on the ship for a few more days. It's going to be quite a lengthy process.
Meanwhile, off Florida, a sister ship, the Caribbean Princess, now under a no-sail order because 2 crew members were previously on ships with a positive case. Up in Washington state, where 19 have died at this nursing home and beyond, echoes of a nationwide concern that a lack of early testing hurt containment. Debbie de Los Angeles' mother died, says they're still waiting on her test result.
They said, well, tests were short. There was a shortage.
The nursing home says all remaining residents have now been tested. Colleges and school districts in Washington state, California and New York, among others, closing classrooms. The Empire State now taking the initiative, using prisoners to manufacture up to 100,000 gallons of hand sanitizer a week.
Because you can't get it on the market, and when you get it, it's very, very expensive.
Last Monday morning, there were 89 confirmed cases in this country. Today, we topped 600. The virus now in more than 30 states.
There's still a lot that's unknown about where this is going.
Overseas, the picture even worse. In Italy, where more than 450 have already died, more than a dozen cities and nearly 16 million people now on lockdown. Those who leave risk 3 months in jail. A Missouri woman recently returned from Italy is presumed positive.
The county health department instructed the patient and her family to self-quarantine.
Saturday, her father attended a school event, the county saying they'll obtain a court order to enforce that quarantine if necessary. Here in Oakland, more potential positives now stepping ashore.
I feel like the government really didn't have a plan and they're just making this up as they go along.
One politician tonight is taking action. Senator Ted Cruz says he'll self-quarantine for 2 weeks.
This follows his interaction with a coronavirus patient. The Republican from Texas attended the recent Conservative Political Action Conference. Another attendee has since tested positive for the virus. The former presidential candidate says he so far hasn't shown any symptoms, but wants to take this move as a precaution. And of course, NewsLink Indiana will continue to stay on top of COVID-19 online now at ballstatedaily.com. You can read more on the university's response to the virus, plus all your other news of the day from Ball State Unified Media, just a click away. Again, all that online at ballstatedaily.com.
Now to election 2020. Tomorrow marks what many call Super Tuesday 2.0, as it's officially a Democrat two-man race. The Democratic presidential candidates Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders will face off in 6 contests across the nation. Contests will be held in Washington State, Idaho, North Dakota, Missouri, Mississippi, and the most crucial contest, Michigan, awarding 125 pledged delegates over the weekend. The candidates stumped to secure votes in these key states. Both are racking up endorsements from major officials, but one an important one, Senator Elizabeth Warren's.
We need you to come out to vote or to vote early. We need you to bring out your friends and families and co-workers.
With the Democratic field slimming down, contest between the nominees is sharpening up. Tune into NewsLink tomorrow at 9 for the latest results.
Turning now to the weather, live look now over Ball State's campus. We've seen mild temperatures the past couple of days, but rain is on the way.
Weather forecaster Jordan Wolf is live on McKinley Avenue this evening out in the elements. Jordan, what can we expect this weekend?
Good evening, guys. We are live from Ball State University right alongside McKinley Avenue, where the rain has started to pick up. This rain will be continuing through the evening. We're tracking those on radar right now, and if you zoom out to the larger one, you can even see that this radar and these rain chances are continuing and widespread in nature as well. That's why they're continuing through the night. We will be seeing temperatures reach a low right around 50 degrees with breezy conditions continuing through the night as well. Back to you guys.
After Muncie Southside High School closed in 2014, 2 mothers with special needs children decided to take the special needs prom into their own hands.
After 4 years of hosting this event, Lynn Hatfield and Mindy Kemper are expecting their largest group yet, 1,000 attendees. This event is free for all attendees, but in order to put the prom on, they are asking the community to help reach their goal of $25,000.
Even if it's $25, you know, it doesn't have to be a lot. because that can be stretched a long way as well.
A mom sent me a letter, and it really broke my heart, and it said it was the first time our daughters ever felt beautiful. And if we can do that for these people, that is amazing.
The prom is being held on May 9th at the Memorial Building. We'll have more information online at ballstatedaily.com. A new restaurant has now been open for a week. Hear from the owners on what they hope is the key to their success.
Plus, Dairy Queen is celebrating a big birthday, but it won't be giving out its famous ice cream cake. What street treat you can get to celebrate the big day?
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back. We've got a closure story to tell you about tonight. Construction is closing the area near one of Muncie's busiest intersections. Wheeling Avenue, just south of the Galliard intersection, is closing tomorrow. The closure will happen in the morning from 3 to 6 and then again from 9 to 11. Workers will be moving utility lines. The Galliard will stay open. Detours will be in place showing alternate routes along Walnut Street east of Wheeling and Oakwood Avenue west of Wheeling. Looking for a new place to eat? Well, you now have a new option in the city. Last week's opening of Downtown Nutrition Muncie has already brought in some newer clients.
NewsLink Indiana's Lily Cedardahl spoke with the owners of Downtown Nutrition Muncie. She's live now in the newsroom. Lily, it's been a journey to get this business started.
Emily and Jessica, it really has been. The restaurant says social media engagement has led to a lot of sales in this past week. Owner Katrina Crisp says that her inspiration for the shake and tea bar stems from her husband's massive weight loss drinking similar products.
Used what we're serving here to lose over 100 pounds, so that's pretty incredible.
The Crisp met the Feemsters at their first nutritional shake and tea bar just north in Huntington, Indiana, when they decided to partner and bring the business to Muncie.
Huntington walked into a smoothie bar just like this. Loved the shakes. When my husband got home from a deployment, we just kind of talked about new opportunities for us.
Both Crisp and Feemster project that the Downtown Nutrition Muncie clientele are going to range from people of all ages looking to live a healthier lifestyle. Feemster says customers get to taste 3 different drinks when coming in.
When you come in, you actually get 3 drinks. You're going to get a small shot of aloe, an unsweetened tea, and the meal replacement shake. They're all delicious in my opinion.
However, Muncie Nutrition believes in much more than a healthy lifestyle. They believe on giving back to the community.
Sometimes we take our tips and we use them as donations, and we will partner with local charities to give back to the community.
If you are interested in checking out this new nutritional niche in downtown Muncie, you can check their Facebook and Instagram links. Live in the newsroom, Lily Cedardahl, NewsLink.
Lily, thank you. Dairy Queen is celebrating a big milestone. It's turning 80 this year. The ice cream fast food chain wants to celebrate with you. As a gift for you, Dairy Queen is offering buy one, get one blizzards for just 80 cents. Hurry in, the promotion is happening now through March 15th.
We saw highs in the 60s today, but the big question, is the warm going to last, Jordan?
Yeah, actually, we'll be seeing that warm weather lasting, that mild weather, and rain showers continuing through tonight and in tomorrow morning as well. More on the weather coming up after the break.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Live look now outside. It's starting to look a little bit more gloomy out there, and I know, Jordan, you were just outside. You came in looking a little wet, so what's kind of going on outside, other than rain, of course?
Yeah, actually it is pretty wet outside right now. It's also really breezy as well. But through the rest of tonight, we will be seeing those rain showers continuing through tonight as well into tomorrow. Right now we're seeing those rain chances on the radar through tonight, and those will be continuing through tomorrow and into the evening as well. But if we zoom out a little bit, we can see that those rain chances are continuing through tonight and as well. Tonight we'll be seeing low temperatures right around 50 degrees though for the overnight low, and those winds will be breezy through tonight into tomorrow continuing as well. Tomorrow though, temperatures will be starting out in the 50s and will be dropping down into the 40s as we get later on into the day as well tomorrow. And here, as I was saying, that zoomed out shot as we're looking at right here, the radar definitely pretty widespread through the rest of the country as well. And currently on campus, 59 degrees, those rain showers. As I was talking about, southwest winds currently across the state, 50s, pretty mild through the state area as well. Current winds a little bit breezy to the west. Look at Champaign, sustained winds of 30 miles per hour. Here in Muncie, just 14. We will be seeing those breezy conditions and gusty conditions picking up through the evening though. 35 miles per hour here in Muncie, those expected wind gusts, dropping off into tomorrow by morning commute though. Overnight tonight, we're seeing those temperatures drop into the 50s with rain chances continuing, breezy conditions, south winds coming out about 20 miles per hour. On the precision cast, widespread rain showers by about 10. Midnight, we see a little bit heavier rain chances, and by morning, we'll be seeing quite a bit of those moving out, but a couple spotty showers, so don't put away the umbrella for the morning commute, and those clouds moving out by tomorrow evening. Tomorrow during the day, Temperatures dropping into the 40s throughout the day. By 5 p.m., cloudy conditions, winds northwest, a little bit cooler, about 15 miles per hour for winds. Over the next 5 days, pretty rainy conditions. Tuesday and Thursday, those highlights for those rain chances, although don't put out the rain chances for the weekend as well. And then on looking under our MIT's 7-day forecast, we have those rain chances highlighted here at the beginning of the week. A little bit less on Friday, but we do get that sharp drop off in temperatures from Thursday to Friday, and then Saturday some rain chances as well. The sun doesn't come back until Saturday and Sunday though. Later on into the weekend, and Monday is when the sun comes back. So warm temperatures continuing, but we have to give up some rain to get that.
You know, I do, as you say, love the warmer temperatures. It's been decently cold out these past few days, but it's actually starting to feel like spring now, so it's about time. It's March. But as you said, it's like kind of cloudy, and that's not necessarily great for one of the stories that we'll be talking about later. But for now, thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, as the weather may be cloudy, there is a bright light shining right now over Indiana High School basketball with regionals coming up this weekend.
But it doesn't stop there. The MAC championships are rapidly approaching for both Ball State teams. Find out the latest in Delaware County hoops and more next in sports.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. When I think of kids going to school hungry, hunger, homelessness, in this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up-to-the-minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
It is not
What
funny.
on earth is happening there?
I feel sorry for the little guy.
I've got my socks on. Annie with her curly hair, which is actually never curly. Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Good evening and thanks for sticking with us. I'm Joey Moore with sports. As high school basketball sectionals wrapped up this weekend, let's take a look at the 5 area teams moving on. In the 10:30 slot, Wapahani will take on Rossville at the LaPel Regional. Then on to noon slot, Delta will be in the Newcastle Regional and will face Leo. At the Frankton location, Cowan will take on Blue River, and finally Blackford, winning their first title in 29 years, will also be at LaPel, where they'll face Rochester. Now let's take a look at the sectional champions from around the area. First with Delta, the Eagles winning their second sectional championship in a row. They won 42-41 over Hamilton Heights, led by Brady Hunt's 19 points and Gus Etchinson's 18. Moving on to Wapahani, the Raiders beat Frankton 46-43, rebounding from their loss to the Eagles in the championship last year. They were led by Trey Spence, who had 15 points, and Braxton Davis, who added 9 points and 10 boards. For the Cowan Blackhawks, they won their first sectional title in 44 years. They did so beating Daleville soundly 57-22. Then to wrap things up, Blackford soundly beat Tipton 70-53. This is their first sectional title since 1991. In that matchup, Luke Brown added 25 points and Brandon Strobel had 13. Switching over to Ball State basketball, both the men's and women's team will play in their MAC tournaments in Cleveland this week. The MAC women's tournament will have quarterfinals on Wednesday with semifinals on Friday and the championship on Saturday. The Cardinals hold the second seed, earning a first-round bye, and will face the winner of Northern Illinois and Eastern Michigan in the quarterfinals. Ball State looks to cap off a great season with their first MAC tournament title ever. The men's tournament will hold quarterfinals on Thursday, with semifinals on Friday and the championship on Saturday. Ball State is the 3 seed in the tournament and will face the winner of Kent State and Eastern Michigan. The Cardinals look to stay hot after winning their last 2 contests in dominating fashion. The tournaments both held their first rounds today, but both Ball State teams had a bye. From postseason play to gymnastics, Senior Day was one for the ages for Ball State. This is the 3rd time in 4 weeks that the team has broken a record, this one against the North Carolina Tar Heels. The Cardinals 195-85 drove them to victory and a record for the seniors. Bree Slonim tied a personal best record for the vault with a 9.875. Rachel Benoit scored her personal best on the beam and floor, scoring a 9.80. The Cardinals will face Michigan this Friday and Central Michigan Sunday, heading to the MAC Championship March 21st. And speaking of records, did you know that Ball State basketball actually has the most tournament titles for the MAC with 7?
Actually, I didn't know that. Jessica, did you know that either?
I had no idea, but wow.
Yeah, I had no clue, but you know, you did talk about basketball a lot tonight, and I do think that's fitting because, I mean, it is March. March Madness is going to be coming up before too long. I know I'm starting to try to put my bracket together,
Super excited for that.
It is super exciting. Thank you.
Oh, yes. And Emily and I picked some stories. After the break, I've got more on how old game consoles were sold and for the moon that's going to be out tonight.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Time for our Anchor Pick stories. A video game collector just paid a big price to the owner of the last known copy of this video game console. The Nintendo PlayStation video game console sold for $360,000. The buyer, Greg McLemore, said aside from the purchase of a home, it's the single most expensive thing he's ever bought. The Nintendo PlayStation came from an eventually failed 1991 partnership between Sony and Nintendo, with 200 units being produced, but an auction official said the other 199 were allegedly destroyed, making this to believe the only prototype remaining.
And get ready for a spectacular view from our lunar neighbor. A true full moon will light up the sky tonight. It's also known as the full warm moon, as it's typically the last full moon of winter. Supermoons like this happen when the moon is at its closest approach to Earth in orbit. The moon was visible to East Coast stargazers today at 1:48 p.m., but it'll be more prominent tonight, assuming the clouds aren't out like we think they are.
Yeah, unfortunately, it will be cloudy tonight and rain showers continuing through tonight and through most of the week today, and we get some sun in the weekend.
All right, well, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Thanks for being with us. We are back tomorrow night at 9 on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page. Have a great night.